Hey everybody, it's Lynda Light. Back. So I wanted to talk about something. Wait, I got a little bit of an echo. It's been a while. You're going to have to forgive any issues that we have here. Okay. Should be live on YouTube. Just want to check everything. Just do a couple little housekeeping things. Make sure the live is on. And it looks like it's good. So I think we're good to go. And I'm not hearing any echoes on my end. Good, 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 good. Okay. Well, here we go. I had the strangest thing just happen. I was getting a video ready, and I've been posting some more content on my Patreon for my paid supporters. Thank you so much. Bev and Betty and all of the other supporters that are on Patreon right now. I just wanted to give you two a main shout out. Once I start doing recorded videos again and putting them up, I will be giving everybody a fair shout out. Also to Maria K. So Bev M and Betty R and Maria K. And I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me. It means a lot. So there's a shout out. Now, I want to talk about something that happened because it was really crazy. AI is doing some really funny things. Hey, Betty, you're there. Hey, sis. So AI is doing some really, really crazy things. And literally everything that I said in a video, I was testing the mic, I was testing the setup, and every topic, everything that I hit, which I'm going to talk about some of that in this video, or this live stream, I should say, everything came, and I was notified of a video from, and I know it's an AI channel that I watch, but sometimes it's just a little bit of like dark motivation, and I don't mean dark like not light. I just mean like it's not all fluff and stuff. It's like real life, hard hitting kind of motivation, like Joker speeches and that kind of thing. Well, everything that I had said in my video was about 13 minutes. I deleted the video because I wasn't going to upload it. It was more just testing the mic, and I was going on a, just letting spirit come in and letting the channels flow and letting the energy go. And everything that I said was on this channel. And it was like within minutes of when I deleted my video, this new video was uploaded by someone else, another channel. I mean, don't tell me they're not listening and taking your content. So, okay, this live stream is about manufacturing your consent through your participation. So we know that, and this is one of the things I said that was also said, it was recycled, said exactly the way I said it. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And we're generators of this energy. And if you're paying attention, you're paying, think about it, currency is money, energy is like currency. And that's like money, currency. You can look at it as all the same thing, but where your attention goes, if you're paying attention, you're giving that energy, you are also consenting by your participation. So I want to just give a gentle reminder or a heads up to people to be careful what it is you're paying attention to. I'm personally going to be going on a little bit more of a tech detox, get more healthy boundaries set for myself. But I wanted to get into this a little bit because when I saw not just this, but other things I'm going to talk about, when I saw this being reused by an AI channel, I was a little surprised. I'm not surprised, but I was a little surprised just because it just happened. And it was like right after I delete my video without uploading or doing anything, boom, there it is. Like, come on, in your face, right? So, and also comments, if you leave a comment somewhere and then it gets deleted because you're talking about us being the generators of the energy, when you start talking about topics like this, we got to be careful. So if you're not following me over on Patreon, you can join for free if you want to come join me over there. If you want to help support my mission, please become a paid member and you'll get more personal stuff. There's some things I released in my last podcast, the fourth cycle. I call it the fourth pillar of Sacred Warrior Space. It took 9 months to finish this podcast. 9 episodes. Took 9 months. And it wasn't an episode a month either. There was some dry times, like couple months at a time where I wasn't writing or anything. Nothing was flowing. I think I told my patrons over there that it was like walking through mud to get some of this stuff out. So I just went with the flow. If it wasn't there, I didn't do it. So learning how everybody's learning now, the awakening, all the people waking up, they're learning how to listen to their body signals, listening to everything that your body's telling you, because this body is not who you are. We know this, right? We're a spirit. One of the things I was talking about was, say, religion and spirituality. And I'm so surprised, but not really, but I'm kind of still surprised that there's so many people out there that are doubling down on their religion. Like, theirs is the only one. Theirs is the true one. Ours is right. Yours is wrong. Like, that's division. Religion is division. It's simple. There's no covenant doctrine, dogma, or anything out there that is going to, anything on the outside of you that is going to tell you who you really are and what you really are. Not in any kind of program. It's not going to happen. All of these programs are manufactured for your consent so you can give and pay your attention, which is your energy, because that is what they feed off of. It's loosh. We know this. So anyway, it's an interesting thing to see how these division programs are working. And the spirituality religion thing, you know, it's just another one. You can take any system of control, any system of indoctrination, anything, and you can have one side here, one side here. Division is conquering people. Division is separating people. Division keeps us fighting with ourselves, keeps you in a low vibrational state. So when you have an emotional reaction, reaction to something, anything, you're responding with the emotions leading. When that happens, you're giving appetizers and breakfast, lunch, and dinner to whoever's eating your energy and feeding off of that and using that. So if you can just take a breath, I'm sure most of you guys all know too, you've heard when you're angry or you're upset or something like that, just take a deep breath and slow down the system. When you slow down your breathing, you're slowing down your thoughts. Everything slows down. It gives you the ability to not react based on some program. You're acting on something running in the background, something running underneath. If you're acting or reacting based on emotions, that's not a choice. You want the choice. It's like having a good meal and having a bad meal. You guys know I've talked in parables like all the time. You have a good meal. You can't know a good meal until you have a bad meal. You got to know both. You can't know, like, and really appreciate and be grateful. Gratitude is so high on the energy level. If you're in that state of gratitude, your heart's in coherence. That love is radiating out. That's what it's all about. It's that energy, but you don't want to be saying like, okay, I know the good meal, because you have the good meals all the time, but you've never had the crappy end of the stick, right? You never had the crap meal. How do you know? How are you able to make a legit choice to have the good meal until you've actually known both? It's just a simple example. I mean, but it works. It works if you've had both ends of the stick. So if you can see both sides of an argument, you stay in the sacred middle. You stay in your heart center, and thereby take a breath nice and slow. You allow the thoughts to slow down so that you can have a choice either way. And I don't mean a choice like I'm going to be this or I'm going to be that. Like, no. Belief systems, all of that can change. You can also suspend your beliefs and you can suspend your disbeliefs for anything. to take a nice deep breath. You might want to pause between your in-breath and your out-breath. You may just slow down the thoughts so that you can see, hey, wait, I'm over here in this corner, or I'm over here in this corner. How do I raise myself up and above so I can see both sides? I can see the whole, we call it the 40,000 foot view. I'm calling it the 50,000 foot view now because you got to go a little higher. Even the 40,000 foot view has been hijacked. So when you go vertical with your energy, okay, you're bringing in, we'll say Father God above and Mother God below, or Mother Earth. You can do it that way, but just imagine your pillar of light. That's vertical. It's a tube of light that surrounds you that can protect your personal energy space. You know, if somebody gets real close, you know, whoa, you kind of get repelled like a magnet back, like magnets repel each other. If you get too close to somebody and they're in your space, you can feel it. It's a physical sensation. I felt somebody behind me. It was a discarnate being the other day. I was at my sister's house. My mom just turned 80, and we had a party at my sister's house. And the day before, I was setting up decorations, and I thought she was behind me at first. I wasn't saying anything because I was like reaching up and putting a banner up, and it just felt like she was there. And when I turned just slightly, I saw she was still in the kitchen. Oh, I felt a body behind me, but there was nobody there. So you feel these things, and it's pretty amazing. So your body will tell you what's going on. When you are vertical, your energy is like your pillar of light. Your tube of light surrounds your pillar. You can expand it, you can contract it. But when you go horizontal, when you send it out to the grids, or you're projecting from your heart center or from other chakras, or you're projecting that energy out, I like to say you cannot give that which you do not have. So if you have a cup, and I like to always say my cup's half full, and you know, I'm optimistic generally by nature, and sometimes I'm not, but you know, if you have a cup that's half empty instead of half full, you can't fill somebody else's cup up because you don't have it. If you're down to a couple drops left in your cup, which we all feel like sometimes, if your cup is like really, really empty, how can you give to someone else? So hang on one sec here. I will, Betty. I'll let her know. Thank you. Thank you. She's out with her siblings right now, so thought it'd be a good time to do some test recording on the live. I'm getting ready. I think I'm going to be doing a weekly podcast again, but I don't know if I'm going to be staying on YouTube or not. Really not happy with them. So we'll see. I'll let you all know back on Patreon what I'm going to be doing. And by the way, Betty, we need to get in touch because I need to talk to you about yours upcoming in May. If you want to do a live personal. All right. So we'll talk. Anyhow, where was I? Oh, okay. So if your cup is full, so if you're in the perspective and the mindset of the gratitude, you know, it doesn't matter what situation you might be in. It doesn't matter if you're grateful for your life, you're grateful for the roof over your head, or maybe the tent over your head, or maybe, you know, the cave over your head, you know, whatever it is that you're grateful for, you can find something in your life to be grateful for. Even when you're at your lowest of lows, there's always something to feel that gratitude for. At the very least, your life, it's a gift. So when you're feeling that gratitude and you're filling your cup up, it's like your whole field will expand, and it's almost like a natural response to expand to the state of gratitude. It's a very high state to be in. It's one of the highest, I think. Love is I forget. I have to look up the Hawkins chart for that, but I know it's pretty high up there. Gratitude. So the attitude of gratitude for today. That's what we're going to say. Remember, where attention goes, energy flows. And also, you know, in the systems of control, if you're sitting there and you're watching, say, a news program, it's a program, you're watching your programs. If you're watching, say, a news program, and you're consenting to that which they do, you're consenting to that by watching, you're paying your attention, you're giving your energy through your eyes, through your attention. Your energy is flowing right into that system. You're giving your energy to them. Instead, maybe even just try, if you're doing a detox or you're going to try to just withdraw your energy. I do not consent, right? Well, you are if you're watching. If you're consenting right now to receiving the transmissions that I'm sending. So if it doesn't feel right, please, by all means, turn it off, switch the channel, go outside, ground. If you're getting something from this, then please, by all means, stay and receive, because I'm generating a certain type of energy. And because I go vertical first and then I go horizontal, when I have enough for myself, then I can send back out. And I've been in quite a state for a little while. I haven't been producing a lot of general public stuff, and I started getting back over the last year to my patrons, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that over there because I just needed a little bit more protection for my own sacred space. It's no coincidence Sacred Warrior Space is the name of it. It's like I have to create that for myself too. So it's okay for people to set up healthy boundaries for themselves. It's very, very okay to do that. And okay, so I wanted to get back to participation and consenting and all of that, because it's important, and it's a topic that the people need to be aware of. I'm going to take on a whole nother structure on this, and we'll see where it goes. I want to take on the voting topic, because in a system where people are installed, and if we don't see that yet and we think our vote matters, well, are you an elector? The electors are the ones who elect the president. If you're not an elector, your vote really doesn't matter. Does the popular vote really matter? If the popular vote is this much, and then, more than this, and then, higher than whatever, and then the other one. So that's just one example. But still participating by two crappy choices that you're given for anything. And, we may have different views on things. So I'm just trying to use two crappy choices. But, I might think that one particular candidate might get something done that is better for the country. You might think someone else might do it another way, but our perspectives on it were created to be divided, so we would stay divided. And it's literally like manufactured to create this division. And this is the kind of stuff people are saying, what kind of world are we living in now? What's going on in the world? Every day there's things that you're seeing. You're going, what in the heck is happening? Well, there's a lot of corruption that's being taken down. And people are starting to see the corruption everywhere. People that never even believed it was happening. And my mother had told me today she had watched a program last night on TV that was, I think, an FBI show. And she was talking to me about, one of them made a reference to, that island that everybody's finding out about, the shenanigans that were going on there, all the crimes and all the criminals and all the things that were happening down there. She said they made a reference to it in her show. She was like, I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, well, they're trying to seed into, so most people can actually see what's happening. It doesn't mean we can do anything because they're not doing anything and they're not doing it. Well, yeah, there's stuff happening behind the scenes. We just don't see it all. What we need to see as a people, we the people, we need to see, first of all, if you have a wound, you have something wrong, you have to be able to see it before you can clean it, before you can heal it. So we're in the process right now that people have all pretty much go, ow, that hurts. I have a wound. People are starting to see that these things are going on. The corruption is up to the highest levels. And then there's levels beyond those levels that we don't see. There's corruption and all kinds of stuff that's been going on forever. Forever it's been happening. So how is this time any different? Well, it's at the end of a 26,000 year period. We're at the end of a cycle. We're at the end of a time. And that long in a time, it's not going to just switch overnight. But when things do flip and everybody can see energy between and around people, and you can see the glow and the auras of people, when you can see the chakra systems and see what's open, what's closed, when you can start seeing the sacred geometry around people's personal fields, yeah, that's going to be pretty wild, isn't it? Now, you may not believe that's going to happen, but isn't it interesting that a lot of the people that have spiritual channels now are getting demonetized? They're getting shadow banned or stuck in algorithms, and they're not getting recommended, and all kinds of things are happening behind the scenes for the people that are telling the truth, in my opinion, about, like, well, my mission here is spiritual in nature. So people that are telling the truth about these things have been stuck in some pretty bad algorithms, and I don't think it's not by design. So telling the people the truth, that they create energy themselves and they generate it, and they're the ones that are sending it out by every choice that you make. Every choice that every human being makes when nobody's looking, that is what matters. If you're making a loving choice and nobody's looking, a loving, grateful, high energetic choice, where normally you might have thought, let me just like cheat on this, or let me just get away with that, or nobody's looking, I can do this or that. When people start standing in integrity, when no one's looking, and people begin walking in honor more and more, every individual choice matters. Every video like this calling these things out matters, and I realize that, and that's probably why my spirit's guiding me to come back, because this is what I've been teaching. This is what I'm here to do. This is my spiritual mission. My message hasn't changed, although maybe some of the things have changed, like when you talk about, say, the financial reset or Jacera Nacera or some things like this. It's a moving target. So of course the details might change like that, but the overall message is the same. You are a spirit having a human experience. And isn't that beautiful? Everything that you do, every thought that you think has energy attached. It's a charge, it's an electrical charge, your thoughts. So it's measurable. And we may disagree about, say, politics, or we may disagree about spiritual or belief systems and structures like that. Let's call it all the way across the board. You can disagree about any number of things here, that it's okay. One of those things does not define you as a person. When your whole message and the underlying message of everything is about helping humanity wake up to who they really are, and the power that every single one of you, every single human being with a soul, has the ability to generate their own energy, is connected to spirit and source themselves. You can drink from that fountain. You don't have to steal it from other people. You don't have to make somebody else wrong so you can feel better about yourself. It's not about being right and wrong. It never has been. It's always about learning how to play in the grand sandbox together. So, Betty, if you're still here, let me see. I want to try something with you since you're on here live. Like, give me a second. If you're not, I don't know if you're on here or not. Okay. I don't know where that went. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of the stream with that. Okay. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. I just wanted to come on here and say hello. And I may or may not be back on YouTube. I'll probably come back on YouTube a few more times. We'll see. But if you want to catch any of my content, go on over to my Patreon. You can subscribe for free and get some access to some things. Some of the more personal things, or the more stuff, is going to be paid supporters. So just so you know, full transparency here. And I try to create enough free content for you. So if you're struggling financially, like a lot of us are, and let's put this up here. There you go. You guys can go to ascensionmaps.com, and there's free content there. Also, go on over to Lynda Light. I think that's one too. Let's see if we have that one here. Yeah, there you go. LyndaLight.com or teachpeacedesigns.com. I have a ton of free resources over there for you. I did just do a revamp on my website a little bit so I could reopen some of the stuff that was, I'll say, in the background for a little while. I had to take some things offline for a little bit so I could clear all the channels and make sure that they were light and bright and coming from the right place in my heart. And I had to work on myself. You know, everybody's got to work on themselves. So I'm working on myself too. And just really excited for some of the times that are going to be coming up, say, after the event. I'm not looking forward to the times between now and the event. We're going to have to get through it together. But every choice matters. Every decision that you make matters. Your words matter. So make them count, make them come from the heart. And we'll just be a little bit better today than we were yesterday. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking this out. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hi, this is Lynda. Thanks for tuning in. If you resonate with this video or if you receive some benefit from it, would you please consider sharing it? Thanks for your support.